Welcome back to the channel, and today I wanted to show you what you could expect from Delta's brand new first class on their A321neo. This is flight DL2621 from Seattle to Boston. Please follow me on Instagram at BrandonJohnson10K for behind the scenes looks at content that I will be reviewing in the future. So the A321neo, this brand new aircraft here, is in a 2-2 configuration in first class. So one thing I do like is the padding on the sides, not so much for the privacy, but for the comfort of sleep. There's the outlet to your right side. Once you're seated, you do have a pillow and a blanket there. And what I mean with the padding on the sides, because normally the seats kind of have that lift up headrest with the kind of fluffy padding that you can manipulate to hold your head up. And as you see, some more storage space to the right there, to the right of my feet. Got the pouches here and a big in-flight entertainment screen. But yes, because of the sturdiness of the wings on the seat, it does actually make for a comfortable headrest when you want to lean to the side and get some rest, which I did do on this 4-hour and 20-minute flight. Here's the tray table, comes out there. That's on your left side. So that extends out from a half, and you fold it over to get the full table there. Now there's no amenity kits on this route. They did hand out headphones, just the disposable Delta Studio headphones that they hand out to use for the in-flight entertainment system. And here's the window there that you have to look out of, and you do also have individual air vents, which is always a plus here. So there were pre-departure beverages offered, which you could essentially order anything you wanted to. And there you can see a little space to put something else there, and there is a small cup holder, as you can see there to the right side there. So yeah, overall I think the seat was pretty comfortable for the 4-hour and 20-minute ride. No complaints. I got a good 2.5 hours of sleep, I think, overall. There's the Delta Studio disposable headphones to hand out, or that they hand out. And there's my pre-departure beverage of choice, which was water. Too much champagne through the day and flying. So I'm going to leave you with the takeoff, and I'll be back shortly to talk about the rest of the flight. Okay, let's take a look at the bathroom on the A321neo. Now this is the bathroom actually that was right behind the last row of first class. I was seated in 5A, so this was really right behind me. One thing to note, you will hear the toilet flush there, so keep that in mind if you're in the back row of first class on the AB side there. So pretty standard bathroom, otherwise no window, standard stuff. As far as meal service, there were a few options: 4-cheese pasta, a charcuterie plate, beef chuck steak with vegetables, and cheese potatoes. So I chose the steak there. That came with a salad, some kind of custard dessert, bread roll there. But the food was pretty good, I have to say, especially the beef steak, very tender. Here's the Wi-Fi offering. So you do have the free messaging, which I noticed it actually connects for you once you've connected before, which I find that kind of cool. Then you've got the $5 flight pass, which is well worth it if you want to use the internet. And at the bottom, you've got a subscription service starting at $50 a month for Wi-Fi. So I'll leave you with the in-flight entertainment, as it's really not too different from any of the other in-flight entertainment. Super crisp screen, but as far as how you get through it, it's pretty much the same. So I'll be back with my final thoughts shortly. welcome back. So here are my final thoughts on this flight. Now, overall, I was really impressed with the seat of this A321neo. I found it really comfortable, especially with the wings on the top of the seat, because for me that makes it easier to lean your head in either direction to get some rest. So I find that as a value. It's not really super private in the regard that you can still see your neighbor without issue or with issue, but so it's not a super private seat. But I do like the new design. It's a little different for domestic first class in the United States. Now, as far as the meal service went, now I did have to actually ask ask for the option. There were no menus, so I asked the flight attendant for options and was given the options that I stated there: the 4-cheese pasta, charcuterie plate, or the beef chuck steak. So I ordered the beef chuck steak, and I was pleased with that choice. And the food was good. So I know this is a red eye, so they're probably thinking most people will be sleeping, and for the most part they did. But I do think it'd be a little more proactive maybe to ask for orders, or if you planned on eating before takeoff. I thought that would have been a better approach to the service. But other than that, pretty good flight, non-eventful, got some decent sleep, and was glad to finally fly on this new product from Delta. So be curious to hear your opinion if you've flown this product before. As always, I appreciate you watching. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share this with a friend. Thank you.